How the first 2 dates been? Brisbane was hot as hell.
Yeah, Brisbane was hot,
Yeah.
but it was really fun. And then yesterday was Coffs Harbour, and it was really rainy,
Yeah.
but still really fun. We actually, when we played, the sun came out, the
Yeah.
clouds parted. We were like angels coming down from heaven for everybody to see.
It actually was. There was like an awesome break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I watched Parkway last night, and they were like just wearing trash bags, and it looked so funny because it was them. They couldn't do anything because all they had to do was stand there.
Yeah.
Because it was raining so much, and they were wearing trash bags, and it was really funny.
Well, you've kind of got to work with it, like rain, hail, or shine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And obviously, where are the matching jerseys? Come on.
Oh.
Are we done with that?
Yeah, that was just kind of a one-time thing,
Yeah, well.
Now I just want to wear what I want.
Yeah.
Not have to wear a fucking
Like
costume.
yeah, it is basically a costume, hey, like a uniform.
Yeah.
You guys recorded Sticks and Stones at Signature Sound in San Diego.
Yeah.
Do you remember the initial feeling right when you were exactly there, there was a bit of magic in the walls, especially with the history of that place.
Yeah.
Not to mention, recording in San Diego, there's a lot of amazing bands that come out of there at that time.
I mean, it was the first time we actually recorded at a really nice studio. So that was really cool. And just to be in San Diego, and we knew that a lot of bands had recorded there that were, kind of in the same world as us at the time, like Blink and, a couple other bands. But it was cool because it was the first record that we did where we were actually out of our parents' houses.
Yeah.
We were all living on our own, and we had just all moved out to California together. And
independent women.
yeah, we were independent women.
Yeah.
It was like Melrose Place at the apartments for us. And it was a good time, and we play that record. We're doing on this tour. We're playing the record, and it brings me back to those times, and it brings me to a happy place in my head.
What do you think it is about the culture of this tour that makes it so crazy?
I just think that it's a real tour. There's when Warped Tour was first, when I was first going to Warped Tour as a fan before I was even in a band, and at that time, it was all the rad bands that I wanted to see, and there was no egos involved. You get that a little bit nowadays on the Warped Tour, with certain bands, but for the most part, it's all the bands are, for the most part, are real and genuine, and I think the fans are really huge music fans. They're not. It's not like going to Coachella where it's you can make up, hey, did you see the Shrimp Shack Shooters? And they're like, yeah, that band is so amazing.
That clip was hilarious.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Yeah, that was insane.
So that's what
Dumbasses. And so it's that kind of elitist bullshit
Yeah.
is unnecessary here, and to be able to curate something that really balances, between hardcore pop, punk, ska.
Yeah, and they have a mix of everything is awesome.
Yeah, so it obviously gets the demographic of the kids through the doors,
For sure.
What do you consider the freshmen of pop punk, the new kids?
Wonder Years, Man Overboard, The Story So Far.
Yeah.
There's so many cool and good. They're good, good bands, and I remember our first record. It sounded like shit and it sucked. I hear Story So Far's first record or first EP, and it sounds good and the songs are good. It's damn, man.
Damn.
Yeah.
Snap that thing.
I think for us, we've always kind of just done what we wanted to do, and we stayed true to who we are. And I think that's the biggest thing in this world, is just staying true to who you are and being cool with your fans. Because I was just talking about this yesterday with somebody, and I don't remember what band dude it was, but I went and saw, when I was 14 or 15, I went and saw Superchunk play.
Right.
And they're a big influence on me, vocally. I try to sound like Mac, but I went and saw the show and saw them outside, and I met the bass player, and everybody has bad days, and she wasn't that nice, and I always remember that. So for me, I always try and be cool, and I think a lot of that is a big thing with this genre of music, to just not bring yourself above everybody else, you know what I'm saying?
Especially this, I think especially this genre, because the kids feed off it and it makes them
Yeah.
happy. It's not I guess every mood that you do have, whether it is an aggressive pit or whatever.
Yeah.
But the kids are happy, they're smiling.
Yeah.
And keeping that humility and being that accessible, you
For
guys
sure.
have been, with signing and speaking to your fans. That's really important, and that's probably why you have such diehard fans.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Thank you so much for
Yeah,
taking
no
the time
worries.
to speak to me.
No worries.
I'll see you soon.
All right.